Hello and welcome to an IT portal overview video. In this video, we're going to cover many of the features of the IT portal. As an accounting company may use a product like QuickBooks to keep track of all of their spending and company assets. The IT portal allows IT departments and managed service providers to keep track of all the information relating to the IT of the organizations. So, to go quickly into this video, we see a picture here of a university campus. So we're going to use this to kind of give you a representation of how we would document within the portal. So generally in a university campus, we have IP networks, specifically things like VLAN information, IP addresses, interconnectivity between those sites. So we can document all those with the portal. We also have the ability to document not only this location or site, we have the ability to document individual buildings or floors or room numbers. We call those facilities. And in those we would house devices and things like firewalls, routers, and switches, right? We also have a place in the portal to store your credentials. General credentials like something like a GoDaddy account or an Office 365 account would be stored under the accounts section of the portal. You can also add credentials directly to objects like devices as well if you need to. We have a docs or a documentation place in the portal. We also have a knowledge base section. The docs is where you would keep things like maybe your diagrams, logos, project documents, procedures that you guys have. The KBs are generally used just for technical how-tos, like maybe on a SQL server, how to move the database from SQL Server to Azure, or you may have PowerShell scripts or AWS scripts that you write and you want to have a place to store those. That's where KBs would come in. We have a place where you would store all your agreements. So generally when a new purchase comes in into your organization, maybe you're purchasing a new circuit. Ideally you want to store that in the portal, enter the expiration date so that way you can get notified when it expires and search for new vendors at that point. We keep things like domain names in here and SSL certificates. Well, actually, for both of those, we will go out and collect information automatically on them. We also recommend storing things like licenses in here as well. We have a place in the portal for configurations. Some examples are websites, FTP sites, wireless networks, network connectivity, file shares are good examples of configurations. Basically any type of service or function that's provided in the environment that's maybe provided by some of the devices in your network, we like to create configurations for those. We also want to bring in people. So people are important within documentation. We allow you to bring them in from Office 365, from Active Directory, and many PSAs as well. Now you may have all of these in something like SharePoint or OneNote, but the flexibility that the portal provides is that you now have a place to document all of them and relate all of them to each other. So one good example is you may have an application running on a server, right? So though that application is on the server, you can also define the application and then connect the two of them within the portal. We have a lot of widgets within the portal. So over here, as you can see when you log in, you have a synopsis view. So quickly, if I'm looking for virtualization, I can see those, or if I'm looking for a particular printer, I can see those. We have a lot of other views like notes, so you can make pop-up notes come up in the portal. You can add favorites for things that you're constantly accessing. There's about 16 different widgets that we have on hand. We give you the ability to add your own templates, so any custom field that you can imagine, you have the ability to add them. You can display the templates as a tab of an object. This is a company within the portal, and here's the onboard guide, which kind of outlines everything we should be documenting. So again, you can make it show up as a tab or under the general tab when you first see the object itself. We also have forms. So if you have business processes, like when an employee joins the company or exits the company, maybe you have some change control processes. So you can define your own fields within the portal for these forms, and you can fill them out, associate them with objects within the portal. You also have the ability to create a public link so people can fill these out without actually having to log into the portal. So for example, you can give it to your HR department when they hire someone, and then that can send out an email alert to your team to let them know that you guys have more work to do with that form. This is an example of an application stored in the portal, and we're showing a tab for the relationship. So this application is the QuickBooks application, and we can see the QuickBooks server is related to that particular application. We show here the representation of a site. Sites and facilities have very similar views. So here we can see a synopsis showing us everything that happens to be in that site. We also show different tabs as far as, for example, the contacts, the people, devices, and such. Here we show you one of those tabs. This is the devices tab, and here we can see we have a few devices listed in there. This is the view for the IP network. So as you can see here, we show subnet information, we show VLAN information, we also show any associated IP addresses in this view as well. We have a variety of editors. One editor that we have is our WYSIWYG editor that's very similar to Microsoft Word. You can actually copy and paste content from Word and Excel in here. We also have a Sheets program, which allows you to create your own sheets similar to Excel. We also have a diagram tool similar to Visio. So you can actually copy content from Visio as well directly into our diagram tool. And the benefit of this is, that it allows you to view the content without having to install a third-party app like Visio. We also have integration with 365 editors. So if you have a Word, a PowerPoint, or an Excel document stored in our portal, you can actually just click on that file and it will open up within the web browser without having to download anything. We have a variety of import options. So things like Active Directory or Office 365, you can import contacts from there, licenses as well. We can also import things from Active Directory as far as like devices and servers and PCs. We have an SNMP script as well that you can use to scan subnets, and it will go out there and look for your printers, your routers, your switches, and automatically bring them in. We have Excel spreadsheets you can use, so if you have a password list, you can bring all those passwords in as well. We have integrations with RMM, PSAs. We also have an open API as well, so if you need to write something to maybe connect the portal to an application like a CRM application that's internal, you have that ability as well. Some of our security features, we give you the ability to export the portal. So if you have a customer that you're no longer doing business with and wish to never communicate with them again, you can export all of the content of that portal and provide it to them on a USB stick. We do recommend that you secure that with something like BitLocker. We have a mobile app. A good way to use this app is, for example, if you're installing a firewall, you can add the firewall quickly from the app and maybe take some pictures of the installation, and we have a process for you to upload those pictures as well. Again, it's just a quick way to reference the information. We also have a browser plugin. The browser plugin will allow you to look up not only usernames and passwords, but 2FA codes as well. As in the portal, we do allow you to upload QR codes and secret keys for two-factor authentication. We have full branding in the portal, so you can customize the logo, you can customize the headers and information about the login page. The logo customization does allow you to show the logo in the login page and throughout the portal as well when you're logged in. In the portal, we have a pull down that allows you to view all your expiring items. You can also get email notifications on those expirations. We do have full logging, so anything a user accesses, an admin accesses, any login attempts, password access, and password changes, those are all logged in the portal. We have a lot of recovery options in the portal. So this one here shows you objects that have been deleted by users. As an admin, you have that ability to recover those. All field changes are tracked. So if anybody changes the value for a field, we have a history for that. We also keep all revisions of files as well. So if you're overwriting a file, we'll show you those as well. We do have global ACLs in the portal. So what this means is you can say for a particular, for example, for a handover management company, for devices basically all devices, you can block the help desk from accessing those. You can also set ACLs on an individual object as well. We do support two-factor authentication for authentication of the portal. As I mentioned, you can also store those 2FA codes as well if you're using a service like Office 365. We also support SAML-based authentication as well, and other third-party objects or companies like Duo as well. That's the general gist of the IT portal. Again, it's a product that allows you to centralize all your documentation about your IT assets, making everyone accountable for the documentation, and also ensuring that your staff can go out on vacation, for example, and you don't have to worry about not having specific information to support your IT infrastructure. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.